2 seconds, but I'm going to read it. Read the notice of public hearing, and then just I've got to live stream this and record it. So I don't know if you want to talk about other things or whatever, or how the process is going, or just remain quiet. I'm not sure. So we'll just play it by ear and stuff like that.
Okay. Silence is fine with me.
Okay. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing pursuant to Article 18A of the New York State General Municipal Law will be held by the City of Utica Industrial Development Agency on the 8th day of June 2021 at 9:30 local time at Utica City Hall. Utica Travelers Building LLC, on behalf of itself and or the principals of Utica Travelers Building LLC and or an entity formed or to be formed on behalf of any of the foregoing, has applied to the agency to enter into a transaction in which the agency will assist in the acquisition, partial demolition, historic rehabilitation, and renovation of an existing 39,000 plus or minus square foot vacant historic industrial building into a mixed-use building with 32 units of market rate residential units and 10,000 plus or minus square foot of commercial space with on-site parking, situated on a 0.94 plus or minus acre parcel of land located at 64 to 74 Genesee Street. The mailing address is 70 Genesee Street, pardon me, City of Utica, Oneida County, New York, and the acquisition and installation of equipment and the improvements, and all for the adaptive reuse of the improvements to lease to commercial and or retail and or residential tenants in furtherance of the downtown revitalization initiative and the Oneida County Vision 2020 initiative, and to enhance economic development and retain employment in the downtown Utica, in downtown Utica. The facility will be initially leased, operated, and or managed by the company. The company owns the facility and will lease the facility to the agency, and the agency will lease the facility back to the company. At the end of the lease term, the agency will terminate its leasehold interest in the facility. The agency contemplates that it will provide financial assistance to the company in the form of exemptions from sales and use taxes, exemptions from mortgage recording taxes, and abatement of real property taxes for a period of 12 years, which proposed financial assistance represents a deviation from the agency's uniform tax exemption policy. To be more particularly described in the final authorizing resolution to be adopted by the agency prior to the closing of the transactions herein. So I'll keep the public hearing open for a period of 15 minutes. And if there are any comments, please make them. Again, this is open up to the public and whoever wants to jump in. And I don't see that there are. So, how's your weather?
It poured this morning here.
We had big storms.
Yeah, we just got some rain and stuff coming in now.
Do you golf at all, Jack?
I love to golf. I don't get out as much as I really want to, but where do you guys play?
I play anywhere I can get out. Same thing. I don't get out much at all.
I play about once every 4 or 5 years. So.
Yeah, Tim, I haven't seen you play since like
I play golf in 4 years.
2018.
I'm playing August 16th at was it Seven Oaks at Colgate.
Oh, nice.
Steve Overmeyer's got a group that he belongs to of like 80 or 90 guys, and they go around different courses all around the state.
Well,
he's gonna bring me that day.
Got to get your slap shot ready.
It's hard to get the timing down when you run at the ball.
That's a Happy Gilmore.
It's all in the timing.
It is. Yeah, I'm in a league over in the city golf course here, so it's fun.
Where's the golf course?
Valley View. If you take Genesee Street south and then turn onto Memorial Parkway, take a left, and it leads you up, same hill that the zoo is on.
Do we
Okay.
run by that? Did the
Pardon me?
Boilermaker, does the Boilermaker run by it?
Correct, yep.
After the zoo, you come over the hill and down the other side of
Yeah,
the
then
hill?
then you'll come up to where the tennis courts are and the ski slope. And
Is it
that,
is it a par 3 or a normal course?
oh, no, it's a Robert Trent Jones back from probably the 50s or something.
No, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's a nice
city,
course. Go ahead.
the city has a handful of par 3s here in Syracuse, and then city-owned courses.
Right.
They don't have a full-size course.
I think Ritter Park might have been a Trent Jones course when they originally had it. I don't know about the rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played on a course probably like 4 years, maybe it's been longer, 4 or 5 years ago. There's like an east and a west.
Drumlins.
Drumlins, yeah. Yeah, I guess the college plays there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually, Drumlins is owned by Syracuse University.
Right.
Yeah, Obermeyer suckered me into my first round of golf in a long time. I warned him I hadn't played since 2017, so we'll see how it goes. As usually happens, it'll be my best round of the year.
Is that the last time you played with us in Saratoga?
I don't think I've played since. I think my last round was with Steve at. It's probably the same group, I would guess, but I think we played at private club with an Indian name out by you guys, Jack.
Oh, the part of the like a Dunio.
No, not at the
Anadas?
the private club.
Yanadasis or something like that?
It's probably the Onondagas, yeah. So we played around there. I think that was my last round. That would have been like August of 17. And then I happily quit golf.
Will you at least hit the driving range before you go, or you just say throw caution to the wind and just say, heck with it?
Depends on what time the tee time is. So, if
Well, I
it's noon,
figured
I'll
that you were
probably hit the balls. If it's 8,
I figured that you were going to go like maybe a few days before and not just an hour before. If it starts at 9, forget it. I can't make it by 8.
if I go to the driving range anytime before this day of, I might really mess with my head. If I do it the day of, the pressure's off.
Are you guys having the Boilermaker this year?
October
They moved
21st.
it out until I want to say September, sometime maybe mid or late September.
Oh,
June
good.
21st, they open our reservation, so I'm waiting 12 and for some reason I did it at 12 a.m. So I had to stay up late. I texted or emailed the guy, the organizer, and asked him if they were going to give any like a pre-registration option for people who stayed in and did last year's.
Right.
My brother and I did that one together. Went for a long virtual run.
Yeah, I did from the comfort of my chair.
I was just going to say the same thing. I was virtually there, Tim. What is it, a 15K or a 10K?
15K, 9.3 miles.
Yep. Yeah, I've run it. Tim, do you run it a lot, or?
Yeah, I did it almost every year from 2002 until around 2010, and then I stopped running until 3 years ago. I did the last 2 years, and then this will be the third year. And I'm back doing it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I've run it in the past also.
It's a lot of fun. It's the most fun race I've done. I've done marathons and stuff, but you guys really hit a home run with that race.
Yeah. What's nice is there's a ton of community support. Businesses are out there, with tables of water or oranges and stuff. But then you have different bands that play in different sections of the city, and for a little while there, there was
It's awesome.
yeah, like a competition between like north, south, east, and west, and the center city as to who who did the best job and the best music and best entertainment and fun for runners and stuff.
My sympathy is always with East.
Yes.
They've got the toughest job of them all.
Yeah. But going through now, they used to you would run through and they'd be playing golf, so they would stop you from the like they would stop the carts and let the runners go through, and then you can play, then you continue your play and stuff. But one year, a friend of mine and I, we ran the Boilermaker, and a guy that we know had a golf tournament. So as soon as we got done, we went home, we changed, got showered, and then immediately went and played golf. So it was a fun day.
It's a fun race. Too bad you don't run, Joe.
I used to run, but I run after children now. I did a half marathon. It was awful.
Well, going from 9.3 to 13.1 is all the difference in the world. 9.3 is enjoyable. Once you hit 10 miles, it's just not fun.
It's funny you say that. I made it to like 10 and a half miles before I stopped and walked because I trained in the winter in Syracuse. So I ran on a treadmill, and I couldn't run more than 7 or 8 miles because I was so bored. And I only ran outside once in the snow. And then it was in DC in like April. And I made 9-10 miles strong, and then I just hit a wall and I walked and ran. And so it just, long distance is not my thing. I used to run, 2-3 miles a day for baseball, and that's just a different kind of run.
Because you know that within about 20 minutes you'll be done.
Yes. Yeah.
I learned over the years that the first 2 miles are the worst 2 miles. So I had to make myself get through those first 2, and then I can keep going.
Yeah, they say if whatever you typically train, so if you train at 5 miles most of the time, they say in essence that you could run 10. Double that amount.
And with marathons, I never go beyond 17 or 18 pre-race.
Wow.
Because it just hurt myself.
I hurt myself just thinking about that.
I'm going to do Dublin hopefully next year if Ireland is open for business.
Really?
Do you make it back there very often?
I haven't been back. I went like every year in the early 90s when I was in college and law school, and then I went for a honeymoon in 97. I haven't been back since 97 when my wife and I went. So we're going to make a big trip of it.
Nice.
Grab a couple friends. I think a couple of my siblings might run it with me.
I'll meet you in the pub if you'd like. Morgan and I were talking about going back next summer.
If you want to read something really funny, do a search. It's hard to find now. It used to be easier. But do a search for Bill Simmons wrote a minute by minute like timeline of his Boston Marathon experience. And it's from your perspective, Joe. It's hilariously funny. It's one of the funniest things I've ever read. He's talking about his whole experience and all the stuff that happened the whole day. And it'll be like at 8:05, this is where he was, and then by 11, and then 12. It's hilarious. I always like to find that and read it before I do long races.
It's amazing, some of the elite runners, and you watch them go by, and they're so fleet on their feet. It's just it almost doesn't look like they actually are touching, or they're just the tips of their toes are touching the ground, and they just skitter right on by you. Like, how can you just run that fast? It's really amazing.
Right.
I got lapped at the Boston Half Marathon at mile 6.5. The guy who won it
Right.
was training for a marathon, this guy from Kenya. And I'm just going along at my pace at about 6.5 miles. And this guy goes flying by us. And then the word made its way up through the crowd of that that's the guy who won, and he was running it again. I'm not even halfway yet, and this guy just left me.
No, something's wrong with that.
Wow.
You wouldn't believe how fast they're going. When you're running and this guy goes sprinting by you, and to think that he's
Oh, yeah.
going to do that for 26 miles. It's incredible to watch how fast that pace is. It looks like a dead sprint.
We'd have to, it's almost, you'd have to almost compare it to you're driving on the Autobahn and, you're just driving at your 55, maybe 80, and, a Lamborghini or something, Opel comes by you at 140, and he's just, I'm just tooling along.
Yeah, because he was probably a sub 5 minute mile pace, and I was going like 9:45 or 10. So
Wow.
it was almost twice as fast as I was going.
Wow.
Crazy. Well, gentlemen, we have hit our 15-minute mark, being that no one else has grabbed onto the public hearing notice and is listening, and there have been no comments. I will close the public hearing. Gentlemen, we'll keep plugging along, and thank you again for your investment in the city and, times two here. Looking forward to these projects, and, we'll do whatever we can to make it nice and smooth for you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jack.
very much, Jack.
Sounds great, gentlemen. You have a great day.
Okay.
Good luck on the golf. I'm sure I'll be talking to you prior to that. And Joe, you take it easy, sir, and chase those kids.
Thank you, Jack. We'll talk soon.
Sounds
See you
good.
guys.
Yeah, bye-bye.
See you, Tim.